What's going on, guys? Ruben Saavedra, junkbegone.ca.com. In my car right here, wanted to film a quick video for you guys. Sorry that I'm blocking the camera there, but I just wanted to film a quick video, and the topic of this video is gonna be about mistakes, specifically one mistake that you do not want to make in your junk removal business, especially when you're dealing with a high-ticket job. So let me run through the story real quick, and then I'll tell you the lesson at the end of it. So I was contracted to do a job for a property manager here in the city of LA, and it was a very, very big job, multiple 5-figure job. And being that it was my first time getting a job that high, I was really more just excited about the revenue. I wasn't really thinking too much about the costs that were going to go into it, and I also wasn't thinking about how much cash I was actually going to need to complete the job. So I didn't think about that ahead of time. So when you're dealing with commercial clients, for the most part, they're going to be on net 30 terms. So what that means is that once you complete the work, you go ahead and send them your invoice, and then typically you will not be receiving a check for that job for 30 to 45 days, depending on the schedule that they are on. So with this commercial client, this job was a net 30, and I didn't take into account how much cash I was going to need in expenses for labor, paying my guys, for dumpsters, for the actual dump, gas, food. I didn't think about any of that stuff. I was too excited about the top line revenue number. So that's a little bit lesson here for you guys, is don't always get caught up in the top line revenue. You know, the top line revenue is attractive, but you really need to think about if it's something that's going to benefit your business. Now, what I will say about this job is that it was a really good job. The only part that I messed up on was not asking for a deposit up front, guys. Very, 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 very important. Unless you just have cash on hand like that to cover a couple 5 figures in expenses for a job to complete, and you're going to have money for your bills and everything like that, if you're in a position to do that, then by all means, you don't need to collect up front. But in a situation where I was in, still being a young company, I definitely needed to collect that cash up front, and I didn't collect the cash up front. So what position did that put me in? That put me in a position to where if I didn't have my buddy who crunches my numbers for me, if my buddy wasn't a good guy and wasn't on top of that, and he didn't let me know, hey man, like this is what's gonna happen. So basically, right, to not confuse you guys, my buddy told me, hey man, if you want to continue operations as normal, you're gonna have to borrow some money from someone, right? So I had to go borrow a couple bucks from my dad to keep the business alive. If not, it would have been checkmate. It would have been game over. I would not be sitting here making this video for you guys. So in business, just like in life, one wrong move, you can lose it all. And I want you guys to really take that to heart, because I literally experienced that. All I did was make one move, and I almost killed my business. That could have all been prevented if I just would have asked for a deposit up front in order to cover the expenses. Excuse me, guys. But that's something that is very doable. You just have to talk to your clients when you're getting a big job like this, and let them know, hey, like it's going to be requiring at least 20, 30, up to 50% down payment in order to complete this job, because of the expenses that are going to be incurred while we're doing the work for you. And then obviously your profit you're going to get 30 days, 45 days later. But that's just a quick lesson I want to give to you guys, is that make sure you guys are asking for down payments on big jobs if you don't have cash on hand in order to complete those jobs, because if you don't, you can put yourself in a position to where you're out of business, and you don't want to be out of business. So that's just a lesson for you guys today. Learn from my mistakes. Do not make the same mistake that I did. And you know, that's the end of this video. Saavedra out.